Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, if you can see this really big pot back behind me, today's video, we are making vegetable stock. I'm gonna show you how to make vegetable stock pretty much for free. Hear me out. Now, the last time that I made vegetable stock was about 6 months ago-ish, and I have since then saved up several scraps of vegetables just while cooking. And yes, I have multiple small bags because I ran out of the big bags. This is super, super easy to do. Basically, every time you cook, you save your scraps. Put them in a bag, keep them in the freezer. When you have enough, pull out your stock pot and make it. It's so easy to make. Just keep watching and I will show you exactly step by step what I do to make my own vegetable stock, and I never have to buy it in a store. All you do is get your large stock pot and take everything from your freezer that you have been saving up and dump it in. There we have it. All of my bags are empty. Everything is in the pot. Now I'm gonna add water. I have a cool little water spout, so if you don't have this and you have to carry this to your sink, just be prepared that it's gonna get really, really heavy real quick. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna fill this all the way up. Now that we have our water, just kind of gently push down the vegetable scraps until everything is covered, and turn your fire on. Now I just put my heat on medium. I don't want to like burn anything, and then once it comes to a boil, I will drop it down to a simmer and I will let this sit for like 5 hours. If you wanted to add extra salt, now is the time to do that. I'm not gonna add salt to this in particular because I already have a heavy hand and I always add a ton of salt to everything. So I would hate to accidentally like over salt my stuff. So I never salt mine. I've seen people add different seasonings in with theirs. I don't do that either. I just use just the seasoning from the vegetables. And yeah, that's all I do. I'm gonna let this sit for like 4 hours, and I will check back in, every so often to stir just to make sure things are, not sticking to the bottom. And then I will show you how to, I guess, like process it. I don't know if that's the correct word. Get it into the little containers. Also, I did want to mention, if you're wondering what kind of scraps to use, whenever I say scraps, I'm literally talking all of the insides of the bell peppers that you don't use, the ends of the onion that you don't use. You throw the paper in here. There's garlic papers in here. I saved everything. Anyways, I just wanted to show you literally everything counts, everything goes in. The papers, the seeds, everything that you would normally throw in the trash, throw it in the freezer and save it. Okay, here we are. This is what it looks like 2 hours after. There's the clock. I don't even know if I showed you to begin with. I think it was around 1:30 whenever I first started this. Anyways, so this is what it looks like 2 hours. It still has got plenty more to cook. Actually, I did have to throw it on simmer for a little bit so that I could go get my daughter from school. My husband had worked from home, so like it was fine. Anyways, so yeah, this is what it looks like. 2 hour update. Gonna continue to boil it. This is what it looks like after 4 hours, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat and let it cool down a little bit. Well, if I can get off there. And let it cool down, and then once it cools down, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I will strain it out and continue the process. I'm going to move it over towards the sink area, so if I make a mess, it won't go completely like everywhere. It would be more contained into the sink area. Okay, so I've got my stock pot over here. I did have to move some of my stuff out of the way just so that it would fit better. I have a strainer. I have a large bowl. I have a measuring cup, and I have a really big towel. I'm using a beach towel just because that's the biggest size towel that we have in the house. I have a cheesecloth and I have a strainer. So if you have got these things random, like at your house, I'm sure most of you do, then that's really all you need. Now, I am not a professional at this. This is just kind of how I do it. And so if you have a better system, let me know, please. So here is what it looks like currently. It's been sitting for a little bit. Oh, Ellie, would you go let the dogs in, please? She wants to be in the video. Okay. But this is what it looks like. So I'm basically just going to strain out as much as I can. This is the absolute best angle that I can figure out how to show you that like what I'm doing. So I've got my big bowl here, my big strainer here. I've got this cup I'm going to use, this measuring cup, I'm going to use it as a scooping or as a scooper, and I'm just going to start doing it just like this until we can get down low enough in the pot to be able to pick it up, because this sucker is extremely heavy. It's very time consuming. So keep that in mind, that this is like an all day project. Okay, so I've got the first little batch done. Now I'm going to set up my little plastic cups. These are being reused, and that's just staining. Anyway, so I have these containers that I've got on Amazon. They seem to work pretty good. You can freeze them, you can microwave them. They're dishwasher safe. Also, they're pretty inexpensive for how many you get. I will link them below. Definitely not trying to sell you on anything, just letting you know this is what I use. Now I will put out more, but I'm just putting out this few for right now just to get a start. Now with my rinsed out cup, I'm going to start scooping and filling these little containers. And with the finer strainer, you're able to catch all of these little like seeds and smaller bits and pieces. I do like to rinse it out a little bit just to kind of give it a more of like a fresh start. We'll take the rest of this and just pour it in. See? These are almost and then I basically repeat the whole entire process until all of them are filled. I told you this is very time intensive. Also, do not throw out your scraps. Hold on to these, and I will take these and put them in my composter, and then I will be able to use that compost with all of the leftover scraps. So absolutely nothing is going to waste, and you get to add it into your potting soil or garden beds. I have garden beds, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so that whole process allowed me to get 14 containers of vegetable broth. Now I'm gonna let these sit, so we're not completely done yet. I'm gonna let these sit and let all of the other little pieces that we've missed, so we're gonna filter it again. Basically what I'll do is I will take my cheesecloth and I will take another one of these, and strain it again so that we have nice clean broth to use and stock our freezer. But that will take some time to let all of these like settle. So I'm saying probably I'm gonna let them sit for about an hour, and then I'll go through and filter them and so on and so on. But for right now, I've got to get started making some scratch biscuits because that's what's going with dinner tonight. All right, here we are. This is what they look like. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's probably been an hour and a half since I last spoke to you. So I am gonna go ahead and transfer these into, well, I'll do it one at a time. Like I said, this is a process. I'll do it one at a time. I'll strain it with a cheesecloth into here, and then I'll continue to do like that throughout all the rest of them, so I'll only end up with one extra dirty dish. Here we have it, 14 little containers of vegetable broth that's gonna go in my freezer. And this should last, I don't know, at least 6 months. The other one lasted about 6 months. So the way that I do it is very time consuming. It literally costs nothing except for maybe like the investment in these little containers. But that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. And if you're gonna try this, let me know in the comments and I will see you later. Bye.